We're just off on an Adriatic cruise with Cunard, with a stop in Venice at the start and a stop in Rome at the end. Kermit's ready to go, but we've got traffic on the motorway. But never mind, we're off on holiday. Let's see how it goes.
Where are we?
Hilton T5. Having a beer, waiting for our dinner. Morning, it's 5:25 in the morning, and we're standing here waiting for our bus to take us to the airport. So hopefully we look awake, hopefully the bus will be here soon, and then we'll be off for our flight to Venice. As we're just landing into Venice airport, why don't you click below, subscribe and follow us. We'd love to have you on board. Where are you? So here we are on the water taxi, just heading to our hotel Ket. It's really warm out here in Venice today, so lots to see. Having a really good day. Now for a quick room tour of our hotel that's on the Venice island itself. It's called the Ket Hotel. Lovely room. We stayed here for 2 nights. It's easy walking distance to everywhere you'd want to be able to get to on the island, and only about 5-minute walk to St Mark's Square. So let's have a look around the room. Nice bathroom, nice bedroom, nice views out into Venice. So lovely place to stop. This was St Mark's Square about 3 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon in late July, so you can see just how busy it was out there. But it was fine. You could get around, you could go and see things. Just beware, it does get busy though. We then walked round by the Doge's Palace and down to where you can catch the gondoliers across the Grand Canal. We only had a couple of days in Venice before we were going to head off on our cruise, so we really needed to try and see as much as we could in as short time as we could. So we walked up through San Marco, over the Rialto Bridge. Basically, we tried to walk everywhere, did 20,000 steps. So if you're going, wear comfortable shoes, and actually you can actually walk everywhere. To get the most out of our short time in Venice, we decided to book a Venice walking tour for the next day. That included tours around parts of Venice Island, showing you where the shops are, the fish market, and talking about that. And then you visited the Doge Palace, and see all the wonderful stuff that's in there. And then it ended up with a shared gondola ride, which was really good because the excursion only cost about €35 each, and that did include a short gondola ride where you was in the gondola for around about 30 minutes. So let's see what it was like. We are having a gondola ride.
Now that's the best way to see the Rialto Bridge.
Right, this is the better way to see it. After the tour, we decided to have a traditional Venetian lunch, which was cicchettas, which are sort of like open sandwiches, a bit like tapas, followed by tiramisu. And then we just walked and walked and walked, because that's the best way to see the Venice Island. This is around the San Polo part of Venice, which we found was really quiet. It looks sort of more like where the Venetians live, not so many big hotels. So if you're looking for somewhere quiet, have a wander around up there. Then in the evening we walked down to St Mark's Square and were treated to a live orchestra outside one of the restaurants.
Trinita, waiting for our water taxi to take us back to the mainland, where we then get the taxi to Trieste for our cruise ship. And it's a bit cloudier this morning on Monday morning. very bumpy. Hello, welcome to our room tour. This is room 1512 on Queen Victoria. Just in the door here, we've got the bathroom, as usual. Nice shower curtain. Toiletries. Toiletries are Penhaligons, so that's cool. We get Penhaligons toiletries, shaver point, nice glasses, cotton wool, cotton buds. Fairly nice. Small bathroom here, but looks good. Then you've got, as we come out the bathroom, shut the door, you've got life jackets at the top, reasonable size wardrobe, another wardrobe next to it with the safe and laundry bag in it, and then there's another wardrobe here with a couple of bathrobes and some slippers in and more life jackets at the top. So the cover's still on the bed for when we bring the suitcases in. Kermit has settled in over there, so he's happy. I don't know where his suitcase went, but he's there, he's happy. Safety video is on the screen over there. And then when we come down here, nice sofa, artwork, very, very nice. It's a bit windy outside, but we'll have a quick look. Small table, couple of chairs. And down there they are just still loading the luggage. We've got about a couple of hours before we depart. So over to Trish, who will tell you all about what's in the fridge and what's complimentary drink and what we have to pay extra for.
In this cupboard here is a mini bar with some Coke, beer, wine, the usual. In addition to the mini bar, which is in the cupboard, you obviously get tea and coffee making facilities. This is a complimentary champagne which we can drink, they won't charge us. These you pay for, so I've just had a quick look at the menu. So the bottles of water are €5 each, and this bottle of very nice looking red wine would be 18, did I say euros? Yeah, I guess euros each. So it's a little bit pricey, but if you feel indulgent. So I guess the alcohol in the mini fridge would be the same. It's all on here. Yeah, so don't just drink it and then not realise that you've got to pay for that one.
Cheers. Cheers.
So after drinking the free champagne and having a look at what Trieste looked like over the balcony, we went for a tour of the ship. Good morning from Zadar. So it's looking a bit cold and grey out there. Look, we're off to the Vicky, however you pronounce it, lakes today. So just having a quick breakfast and then we'll be off on our trip. This was a rather unique restaurant. We stopped for a quick loo break on the way to the lakes. It was a 2-hour coach ride from the Zadar ferry cruise port to the Vicky Lakes. It was a really nice ride. When we got there, this is what we could see. We start at the top with a little bit of a land train, then the guide took took us down some paths down there and across the wet path by the waterfalls, and the water really is that blue. There's no editing on this. This is exactly as it looked. It's well worth a visit if you are in Croatia. It was even raining when we were there, but we didn't care because there was just so much to see, and the countryside looked so amazing. So enjoy what we saw. When you're walking around, as you started, we did where we joined, and you can see the top waves and the massive waterfall. And you gradually walk your way around pathways, past the lakes, past lots of smaller waterfalls, until you come round and down to the lower lake. And then on the lower lake you can join the boat. It's an electric boat that takes you across the lake and almost back to the starting point. It's obviously not the only way you can go around the lakes, but that's the way our tour took us. And then at the end of riding across the lake on the boat, we had just enough time to go in the gift shop, have a cup of coffee, and then board the coach that took us back to Zadar.
If you're wondering why Trish was just in that shop with her mouth open and pointing, those people kissing in front of us, he just went down on his knee and proposed to her, and everybody was taking pictures of it, so a very special time there. Out there, apparently this is how full it gets when it's holding 100 and it's electric boat across the lake. After the boat ride, we had just enough time to visit the gift shop, walk up the hill, and then board the coach for the 2-hour trip back to the cruise ship. So we had a good day today at Plitvice Lakes. Please tell me how you pronounce it. And we're now sailing out of Zadar. It was wet while we were at the lakes, but it's now very nice and sunny, 26 degrees, and I'll show you. To recover from our long day of walking, we had a nice cocktail, meal in the main dining room, and then an early night, and then we'll be back on the next video where we'll show you what it was like in Split.